Welcome to the Cool Reader Show. My name is Johnny Duckett and I'm your host. Today we have some fantastic students that's going to be being interviewed on some books that they've read. Our first Cool Reader is going to be Miss Takara Lene Bowling. How you doing today, Takara?
Fine.
Good, okay. Now tell me, what school are you coming from?
Ward Elementary.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
4th grade.
All right, now tell me, how old are you?
9.
Okay, now tell me, what book do you have for us today?
Blue Princess Takes the Stage.
Okay, and that's by?
Alyssa Crone.
Okay, now what I'm going to get you to do, Takara, is I'm going to get you to tell me just a little bit about the Blue Princess that takes the stage. Can you do that for me? Okay.
Well, her name is Emma, and she wants to be a princess for this audition, but she gets to be the Evil Queen, and she gets mad.
She's auditioning for a part of an Evil Queen?
No, she wants to be the princess, but her teacher tells her she has to be the queen. I mean, not the queen, but the evil person.
Yeah, so she wasn't too thrilled about that, was she? Okay, well, could you read a couple of pages out of the Blue Princess?
Emma, please sit down, Miss Lissa said, but I think you read the wrong name. Emma insisted. I did not. Miss Lissa was sharply, we will talk about this after class, Emma. Right now, I want us all to learn how to sing the opening number. Emma slowly sat down. Oh, Emma, I'm so sorry, Victoria whispered. Emma didn't say anything. She still could not believe it. She was not going to play Princess Lyrica. Instead, she was going to play the nasty old witch. Emma took the lucky blue ribbon from her hair and stuffed it down into her pocket. It wasn't lucky at all. Miss Lissa asked everyone to stand up. She passed around sheet music for the opening song. It was called We Love Music. This is the first song in the play. And Miss Lissa, the people of the Chrono Kingdom sing about how much they love music. Everyone is in this number. She paused and looked down at the sheet. Exactly. Emma and Victoria aren't in this song. The witch and her cat don't appear until later, but you girls can sing along as we practice. Fine, Emma mumbled. Miss Lissa played the song on the piano. Usually Emma sang nice and loudly, but now she sang very softly. What did it matter? Princess Lyrica had a special part in the song, and Emma had no part at all. That should be me, Emma thought. The group practiced a song a few times. When Miss Lissa clapped her hands, they were done for the day. Everyone ran up to Kelly. Congratulations. You'll make a great princess, Kelly. Emma didn't say anything. She leaned against the wall and looked down at her shoes. Adam and Victoria walked up to her. Sorry you didn't get to be the princess, Adam said. But the witch is a good part. No, it isn't, Emma said flatteringly. Isn't it great that Adam gets to play the unicorn?
Okay, well, I want to thank you for that fine reading, but let me ask you a question now. Which character did you like best?
Emma.
Emma? Okay, now, does that book teach you any lessons?
That not all the time you get what you want.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? Now, was this book easy to read?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you could change any part of this story, what part would you change?
I would change the part where her dress designer, Miss Sayakara, I would change her to Miss Lissa because she's probably good at making dresses.
Okay. Now tell me, where is your most favorite place to read?
In my room.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for that, Takara. And what we're going to do is go on to our next cool reader, Miss Tiana Bowling. How are you doing today, Tiana?
Good.
Okay. Now tell me, what school do you go to?
Ward Elementary.
And what grade are you in?
5th grade.
And how old are you?
I'm 11.
Okay. Now tell me, what book do you have for us today?
Counting by Sevens.
Counting by Sevens. Okay. And who's the author of that book?
Holly Goldberg song.
Holly Goldberg song. Now, could you tell me a little bit about counting the seven, you said?
Counting by Seven.
Counting by seven. Tell me a little bit about counting by seven.
Willa Kent, her parents died in a car crash when they were heading to the hospital. And she stayed with her friend Maya, and she stays with them and their family. And she feels like they're part of her family now.
Okay. And her parents died? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, could you read me a little bit of Counting by Sevens?
Yes, sir. It happens as most things do, in the smallest ways. I take a few chippings. I'm not thinking about what I'll do with them. I'm getting out of Dale's car 3 days later, and monthly maintenance man has trimmed the lone jade plant by the front entrance of the apartment building. A few of the cut pieces are still on the ground. I pick them up. I take the chippings inside and place them in a water glass. The light is good by the front windows. It's south facing. I have my candle running this morning. I walk from the nail salon to Dale's office, and I realize that I'm looking at the lawns and trees and flower beds as I make my way there. I haven't seen them until today. I know it's not possible that all of the stuff was planted in the last week. What have I been looking for the last 6 weeks? I arrive at Dale's office and we pretend as always that nothing has changed and that we don't live in the same apartment complex on the same floor in the same neighborhood of Bakersfield. He doesn't drive Patty and me to the nail salon every morning. He doesn't eat dinner with us. He doesn't watch TV hours in appropriate TV with Quaka. I slide into this chair. He says we need to talk about going to school. I say I'm not ready. Dale Duke looks at me. Whenever my face seems to be working, he says and says, okay. We spend the rest of the session pretty much staring at nothing. Then right when it's time for me to go, he says, tell me one thing that I can do to make your life better. I was surprised when a word comes out of my packet. You can get me a packet of sunflower seeds. Dale leans forward. For eating, I answer. For planting, he nods, but then repeats, for planting, I say yes. Patty and I ride the bus at the end of the day back to the apartment, and Dale is waiting for us in the living room. He's with Quaka, and the TV is on. He gets up and takes us into the kitchen. He has 2 dozen packets of sunflower seeds pressed across the counter. I grow a field of sunflowers.
He says, I never knew that there were so many kinds. I wasn't sure what you wanted until I got them all. I looked down at the sunflower snack packets. I see honey bears, strawberry blondes. There are vanilla ice and Chanta Heart. I see Fanta, Antangle, and Delso. He never even picked up a packet of pollen-free bloomers. I stare at the seed envelopes. It's too much.
Okay, I want to thank you for that, Tiana. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think they mean when they say counting by 7?
Well, her favorite number is 7, so she likes to count by 7s a lot.
Okay. Now, tell me, what type of book is that?
It's fiction.
Oh, okay. Now, would you recommend that book to your classmates?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that will make a really good movie?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you read any other books by that author?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, if you could change anything about counting by 7s, what would you change?
I would change that her parents would still be alive and wouldn't be dead.
Yeah, that's sort of sad, isn't it? Okay, now tell me, how does reading in your spare time help you when you do your classwork?
For if one of the words in here, if my teacher uses them and asks us what does it mean, I could tell him what it means.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a small break for some information, and we will be right back with 2 more students.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
she doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah, I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Welcome back to the Cool Reader Show. I got two fantastic students that we're going to interview today. But the first thing I want to do is talk to you a little bit. People always ask me, Mr. Duckett, what books do you read? What books do you like? Well, right now, I am reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Long Haul. And let me tell you, it is hilarious. I love this book. I recommend this book for all your kids. So if you want to get your kids something for Christmas, you can get them Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Long Haul. And the newest edition is Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Old School. So if you want to know what to get them for Christmas, Diary of the Wimpy Kid books, okay? I recommend them. All right, now back to our cool readers. Our first cool reader we have is Mr. Tyler Eisenbraun. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Eisenbraun?
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Good.
All right. Now tell me, Tyler, what school do you go to?
I go to Ward Elementary.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
And how old are you?
I am 9 years old.
Okay. Now tell me, Tyler, what book do you have for us today?
Today I have Long Boy.
Long Boy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and who's the author?
Gary Paulson.
And the reason why I asked you that is because I read a Gary Paulson book a long time ago. And I think the name of it was Hatchet. Have you ever seen that book? Have you read that book?
No.
Yeah, that's a really good book. It's by Gary Paulson. But I've never seen Lawn Boy. Tell me something about Lawn Boy.
He gets a mobile from his grandmother on his 12th birthday, and he starts mowing lawns, and he meets a guy named Arnold. And Arnold decided to help him out by holding his money. And then Arnold had a friend who got workers for Lawn Boy. Throughout the story, he got more and more people. And sometimes they couldn't work during the day, so they just went out and did the night work. And then at the end of this book, Arnold bought a fighter for Lawn Boy, and the fighter would win $500,000 if he won a fight, and Lawn Boy would get half the money, so he would get $250,000.
Oh wow! And this all from him mowing grass. Oh, that's pretty neat, isn't it? Hey, you want to read me a couple of pages from Lawn Boy?
Okay. Well, we all went to the fight Saturday night. It was a huge auditorium with a ring in the middle and a bunch of fat men smoking cigars that smelled like a dog poop. When a hot mobile blade hits it, women with not a lot of clothes are hanging onto the men. Because I was a sponsor, I had ringside seats for Arnold and my family. And when we arrived, it was pretty exciting. Joe came out in a big red robe, followed by his manager in a red t-shirt. He took off the robe and pumped his arms into the air. He had on red trunks. The ring announcer introduced the fighters, and we cheered like crazy. Grandma blew kisses, which made Joe blush and look away. The other man wore green. When the bell rang, the fighters came out of the corners and took a stance in the middle, like they were going to box, only they didn't. The man in green swung at Joe, and Joe ducked a little and used his right
to hit the other guy so hard it sounded like somebody had slammed a melon on with an axe. The other boxer slid backwards, already out cold, until he hit the ropes. Then slithered between the bottom ropes and the mat and out of the ring to land in the lap of a fat man smoking a cigar. Well, we all jumped and screamed, "Joe, Joe, Joe, pow!" He waved a glove at us. The fight lasted for a half second. That was it. The purse was $5,000 and I was due for half. Wow, that was just the start for Joe. He was going to have many more fights. When I went to bed that night, I had a dream about him doing a whole bunch of 4.5-second fights until he became world champion. It was a great dream in color with Joe wearing that figure. Now listen, please, it's Sunday and the market is closed, but I heartily recommend that tomorrow morning when it opens, we sell the stock and put the money in something solid and long term. I didn't faint. This time I didn't faint, but I did hang up and I got out of bed and went down into the kitchen where Mom and Dad and Grandma were making a late breakfast. And without thinking about telling them to sit down, I gave them Arnold's news and found there must be a weak male gene in our family because Dad fainted. We put him on the couch. "He's coming around," Grandma patted his hand. She turned to me. "You know, dear Grandpa always said, take care of your tools and they'll take care of you."
Okay, I want to thank you for that. Okay, but I got to ask you a question. Okay, how did they meet the boxer? How
Arnold brought him off this place. I forget where it was.
And Arnold is
his Lone Boy's manager.
So Arnold is Lone Boy's manager.
Yes.
And Lone Boy got a manager?
Yes.
And for him cutting grass?
Mm-hmm. Because he got lots of workers. I think he had got like 16 workers during the day and 15 night workers.
Oh, he just like had a company.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he had a company and then he got a manager and the manager got a boxer and yeah, they started watching boxing matches. Mm-hmm. Okay. What type of book is it?
It is realistic fiction.
And your favorite character is?
Lone Boy.
Okay. And Lone Boy's name is?
It's just Lone Boy. He's
just Lone Boy.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about his name in the whole book.
Did the book teach you any lessons?
Not that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Okay, but it was an easy read.
Yes.
And you enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And you recommend it to your classmates?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the big question. Where's your favorite place to read?
Probably on my mom's chair.
Okay, good deal. Well, I want to thank you for that reading, Tyler. And we're going to go on to our next cool reader. And I want to make sure to pronounce this right. Tiani Ingram. Mm-hmm. How are you doing today, Tiani?
Good.
Okay. Now tell me, what school are you coming from?
Ward Elementary.
And what grade are you in?
5th.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 10.
Okay. Now tell me, Tiani, what book do you have for us today?
I have the one and only Ivan.
The one and only Ivan. And the author is?
Catherine Applegate.
Okay, now could you tell me like a really short summary about your book?
My book was about these animals. There was 2 elephants and 1 gorilla, and they were in a shopping mall, and people would go and see them in the circus, and 1 elephant passed away, and the gorilla promised that elephant before she passed away that he would take good care of the other elephant. And when she passed away, the other elephant was really sad, so the gorilla took really good care of her and made sure she wasn't sad anymore.
Okay. Now, could you read a couple of pages from the one and only Ivan?
It was Mac who primed open that crate. Mac who bought me, and Mac who raised me like a human baby. I wore diapers, I drank from a bottle, I slept in human beds, sat in human chairs, listened while humans' words swarmed around me like angry bees. Mac had a wife back then, Helen. Helen was quick to laugh, but quick to anger, too, especially when I broke something, which was often. Here is what I broke while I lived with Mac and Helen. 1 crib, 46 glasses, 7 lamps, 1 couch, 3 showers, 3 shower curtains, 3 shower curtain rods, 1 blender, 1 TV, 1 radio, 3 toes of my own. I broke the blender when I squeezed 3 tubes of toothpaste and a bottle of glue into it. I broke my toes attempting to swing from a lamp fixture on the ceiling. I broke 46 glasses. Well, it turns out there are many ways to break a glass. Every weekend, Mac and Helen took me in their convertible to a fast food restaurant.
Okay, I want to thank you for that, Tiani. And tell me, what type of book is that?
This is a realistic fiction, but the characters talk, so it has a little bit of fantasy.
Did it teach you any lessons?
1 lesson, it taught me to take care of your animals.
Okay, all right. And tell me, where is your most favorite place to read?
My favorite place to read is on my bed.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you and Tyler for that fine reading. And what I want to do is I want to thank you for watching the Cool Reader Show.